Welcome to the Austin Adobe User Group meeting for the last month of 2023, December 14th. We meet on Zoom every second Thursday of the month. On a rare occasion, we skip a meeting, but most of the time we're here every month. The meetings are free. And in the chat room, I'll be placing a link to an attendance form, which if you fill it out, we will have a record of your being here, and twice a year we draw tickets for a raffle prize, which is a one-year subscription to Creative Cloud. So that is incentive to attend. The recording of this will be up on our website, austinadobe.usergroup.com, in a matter of days. So tonight's presentation is going to be an extension of the presentation last month on using Adobe Express to create graphics for social media and editing them in the cloud. Cornelius Chopin regaled us with so much that we really like learning, and gave a few examples of using artificial intelligence, and today that's what he's going to be focusing on. Cornelius is, the screen I was looking at just went blank. Cornelius is an accessibility coordinator at Texas Health and Human Services. He received an Adobe, he is a certified instructor with Adobe in Dreamweaver, Photoshop, and Flash. This must be an old bio. I think I need to update it.
I get it.
Aren't you working someplace else now?
No, I'm still at the state.
Oh, okay. And he teaches several nights at several schools, including the Art Institute of Austin. He completed a master's degree in information science and learning technologies from Missouri University in 2012, with an emphasis on e-learning and mobile application development. And with no further ado, Cornelius, please take the mic.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, I think it's this one. Can you guys see my screen?
It's starting to come up. Yep.
Okay, can you see the Adobe Express interface?
Yes.
Okay, great, because I have two monitors and sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. And with Mac, you had the different desktops, so sometimes I have stuff behind stuff, don't realize it. But anyway, so what I want to do is, this is part 2 of a 2-part series on Adobe Express. It's a fairly new application, similar to Canvas. A lot of people are leaving Canvas, going to Adobe Express. There's a free version of this software available, or you can get a paid version. Because I am Adobe Users Group co-manager, I get a I have a premium version of this application, which is a good thing because it comes with thousands of templates, a boatload, that's a technical term, of templates that you can avail yourself to. But with that in mind, let me do a quick summary. I always like to do this when I do a 2-part series of things, part 1, part 2, on what we're going to be covering tonight. Last week, if you recall, we talked about all of the stuff that you can do with Adobe Express, right? So I'm not going to do what we did last month, but I'm going to just kind of tell you what's available out there, and you can go in and experiment with that. So first of all, you have social media. Everybody into social media, for crying out loud, right? I mean, that's the thing today, right? And so you got Facebook, you got Twitter, Instagram, to name a few. I do a lot of stuff on YouTube. So you have a lot of templates that you can use in Adobe Express to create various types of media for social media. Okay, so that's one thing you have. Then you have video. Like just social media, which may be just flat images most of the time. You can also do video on social media, as you know. So you can do YouTube videos, mobile videos, YouTube Shorts, which is something I do quite a bit, or used to. Those are 1 minute. It have to be under 1 minute, otherwise they're going to be recognized as a long form video. But if you keep your video under 1 minute, you create what they call YouTube Shorts. Now they got to be vertical, and they have to be under 1 minute. Those are the 2 criteria for YouTube Shorts. So I create quite a bit of shorts and YouTube videos. But for those who are doing TikTok, which I'm not into, Instagram, which I'm not into, and Twitter, which I'm not into, you can avail yourself to those as well. And there's a lot of them. And then not only that, but it also allows you to do other things while you're working with your video, as far as resizing it, merging two separate videos, cropping the video for various media types, sizes, if you will, and then converting your content from to GIF or GIF, depending upon what part of the country you're from, and then animating your audio. That's cool. I need to look at this one. I think this is a new one. Ooh.
Animating audio?
Yeah, animating from audio. So I got to figure out what that is. That sounds cool. And then convert to MP4, which is a video format, and then adding closed caption. And this is an accessibility issue, right? When you add closed caption to your video. So those are the things you can do with video. Then you got photos. Okay, again, for social media, right? You got all your different types of format that you can do as far as photos, postcards, albums, book covers, to name a few. Then you have documents. Okay, typically, you got newsletter, magazines, menus, reports, resumes, flyers. So you got a whole slew of templates for that, for social media as well. Did I say social media already? I said that a lot, didn't I? And then marketing, for you marketing. It's always good to market your product, I may add. You can have the best video out there, but unless you market it, no one ever see it. Very few people see it, I should say. So it's good to market your product. And so you have some avenues to create business cards, invitation, flyers, posters, web banners, infographics. I love infographics. And all the different things like that. So those are the things that we talked about last week. If you want to get into details, information about that, go to the website and look on the website. There should be a video up there on what we covered last month. We're going to pick up the ball, if you will, tonight on my favorite topic this year and probably into next year, and that is AI. And that's not the Art Institute or Adobe Illustrator. That's artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, generative fill. Now, Photoshop has this feature in it. I mean, it is really cool. I did a class, a training about 2 or 3 months ago, I guess, Karen, on Photoshop and what it can do. You'll see some of the similar things here and more that we're going to be talking about tonight. So let's just click on this one and let the magic begin. So click on that. And these are the 4 things we're going to be talking about tonight. And actually, there's another one that does animation. And I hadn't even gotten an opportunity to get to that one because I love animation. But we're going to be talking about these 4 types of AI features that's available in Adobe Express. So let me mention them first, and then we're going to look at each one of them in turn. The first one we're going to be talking about is text to image. Okay, literally text to image. How cool is that? And then generative fill, which is similar to what you do in Photoshop. If you have the newer version of Photoshop, you can do that. And then text to templates. Okay, how you create little templates of things for a different occasion. We'll look at examples of that. And then text effects, where you can take text and add, as the name implies, various effects to that text just by prompts. Each one of these things, you literally, type what you want, and it's going to give it to you. You can't get easier than that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to appreciate this. So let's look at each one of these in turn. So first of all, you may say, well, how do I do that? What do I enter? What kind of input do I need to put inside of this text field before I click the generate button? Well, a good rule of thumb would be to just hover over each one of these, and it kind of gives you the text that is used to generate that image. Okay, how cool is that? Okay, so you can just hover over this koala in a hot pink astronaut suit. How cool is that? Okay, and so just hover over these, and they're going to give you a text preview of what was used rather to create that image. Right here, there's a dog playing an electric guitar. Okay, all you got to do is literally just type what you want. So with that in mind, let's do something. I don't know. I'm going to do one like I think I did last week. Let's say Let me do something in outer space. Maybe an alien spaceship in outer space or something like that. Again, I'm just now you can get really descriptive. This is kind of, bare bones, if you will, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what it's going to do. Again, you can get really descriptive, like this one here. Look how descriptive that is, for crying out loud, right? So let's click on the generate button and let the magic begin. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bam. Okay. How cool is that? That is slicker than slime. How many of you know slime is slick? Okay. I remember thinking back in the old days, 5 years ago, thinking, man, I wish I had a program that could do something like this for me. Now it's reality. Because I have a boatload of stock footage. I mean, I have. Yeah, some of y'all may not know. Some of y'all are too young, but I had these things that it's called a CD, and I have literally tons of pictures on these things on a CD. But the problem is you got to search the thing. You got to figure out where's that image. I know I got that image. Have you ever searched hours for an image? You know you have it, but you don't know where it's at, right? One of those moments, right? Well, in this case, all you got to do is just type what you want and get it. Now, I wasn't really that descriptive, right? And this is, I mean, if I was trying to do something, this will work for me. I might not work for you, but for me, this would work. And it gives you several options, if you will, that you can choose from. Oh, I like that one. Okay. And if you didn't like those, guess what? You click the little button right there, and it's just going to keep on generating more and more options. I mean, how cool is that? How many of you, with a little effort, think you can type a little sentence? You think you can do that? Into that prompt and hit the two-step, type a prompt and hit the generate button. How many of you can do that with a little effort?
Great for English majors like me.
Okay. So here we go. We got another one here, and I guess some other ones are rendering. And if you didn't like those, you just, you can go back up and hit that button again, and it's going to regenerate some additional version. And then you can determine the different types of styles that you want. For example, let's see if I want to do, let's see, movement. So you could select these different themes and then select that and then do generate. Let's see what that does. And again, I'm experimenting with this as I go, so bear with me. I'm just having fun. Ooh, look at that. So anyway, that's kind of cool. Anyway, you could experiment with the different styles and click the generate button and create anything else that you want. Let me see. Let me think. Hey, can somebody help me out? Well, what do you want me to create from text? Somebody help me out. Give me something that you want from text, and we'll type it in here. Anybody? Let's not everybody speak all at once. Give me something. Anybody? Karen?
Sorry, I'm struggling to focus on it. A graphic designer working at their computer.
In space.
Okay. Yeah. Got to get a little bit more creative.
Get a little more futuristic and stick with the space theme.
I mean,
how about instead of in space?
I can get that off Google, my friend. Okay. Somebody have their hand up. Oh, that's Sherry. Does she have a question? Polar bear. Oh, I see what she's saying. Polar bear eating. Okay, we'll get to that one in just a minute. Sherry, hold on. Working at a computer, you say?
Well, Sherry says a polar bear eating pretzels by a castle.
Okay, we'll do that one next. Let's see, in outer space. Let's see what that does for us. This ought to be fun.
Can you change the gender?
I guess you could.
I guess you can.
Now, one of the things that you can't do is you can't put in real people. Like you couldn't, you can't say Elon in outer space, right? Because now if you did another program that, what is it called? Mid-Journey, it'll put people into the image. You know, you can say whatever you want, some famous celebrities or singer or whatever, and it'll put that picture of that person in there. And here, just a generic picture that's going to put in there. You could say a female graphics designer, right? If you want to get specific, and then do generate. Wait for it. Okay. Now, again, I'm using these, I guess.
Interesting that they put spacey things on the monitor as well as in the background.
Yeah, and I think the reason why it's getting this cartoonish type thing, I think it's because, let me do this clear all. Because I'm not into much cartoons type. I rather realistic rendering. Let's see what that does. Okay, well, that's still kind of cartoonish.
So you can't use recognizable people, right?
Yeah, you can't use recognizable people. But being able just to type something in and get a response. So let me do what Sherry wanted. What was she wanting? Polar bear
eating pretzels by a castle.
Polar bear eating okay, here you go. Let's see what that looks like. Now, again, it doesn't do a great job on some things, right?
I think it did a terrific job on on Sherry's request.
Well, the other one, the hands, that somebody was talking about the fingers and stuff, it wasn't looking too good.
The pretzel's about as gnarly as the fingers.
For me, I could live with this. Okay. I can live with that. You know, depending upon, you know, if it is a child book, or, my audience, because you always need to know your audience. You guys know that. So it depends upon what you're looking for. I could probably live with this if I was doing something for a project. Anything else? Anybody want to think of something else that you want to?
I'm wondering if you could put a likeness of a public figure, say Donald Trump. If you put that in, what will we come up with?
Well, I have seen AI images of Donald Trump, like that one of him being hauled away by the police.
Yeah, but I think that was
How about Donald Trump in jail?
Let's see what that does. Yep, can't load. Violating Firefly. See right here. Use guidelines. So you can't use famous people. Now, I was about to say, if I put me in there, it wouldn't know me from anybody, right?
What about, you just mentioned Firefly. Could you please explain what that reference is?
Well, Firefly is the original AI engine that was created, and then they integrated it into all of these other applications like Photoshop, Illustrator, and now Adobe Express. So Firefly was the AI engine, if you understand that terminology, right? And it was a separate program, and now they just integrated it into all of the other applications now. In fact, there's another one, and I can't remember the name of it, but literally you could take, I saw a video of it, you could take this polar bear right here and make a selection of it and literally drag it and move it over here, and then it automatically will fill in the gap where that polar bear was originally. In the old days, you would have to go and kind of, do content aware, all kind of craziness to fill in the gap, right? But literally, I could take that bear, move it to the side, and it would fill it with the background image of the building and whatnot without much fuss. And I'm telling you, that is what you call, if you go to the Adobe website and look at the, how they had that Max conference, Look at that video. I'm telling you, it'll blow you away. Fishing for, what was that? Fishing for buttery popcorn. Let me see, can I copy what she has here? No. So let me just type that in.
You could copy it from the text from the chat and copy and paste it in.
Yeah, I was just what I was trying to do, but it didn't let me do. Oh yeah, I guess it does. Okay. Edit, copy. Okay, there we go. Paste that in and hit the. Let's see what that does. And hit generate.
What's missing is what is the subject? What is fishing for popcorn? Oh, you got it.
Well, that's interesting.
It looks like the popcorn is up where the fireflies are.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can take something realistic, say the Austin City Limits Festival in Zilker Park. What would it do with that?
I don't know if it Austin
City
City
Limits
limit.
Festival in Zilker Park.
I don't know if it recognized real location, but
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
just what I'm curious about.
Yeah, let's see. Because there probably some copyright issues there. Oh,
Oh, wow. It's
there
a
you
lot
have it.
emptier than it is during ACL.
Well, I think it can do things like this, but it can't do people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It can't do people. Now, if you use another program, like I said, the what's the name of it I mentioned a minute ago?
Canvas?
No, not Canvas. What's the name of that program? It's an AI program that does this but better.
Firefly?
What is not Second Life?
Firefly?
Not Firefly. I think about it, but it's another program that does AI like this, but you could put real people in it. You could say, famous celebrity on a white horse, right? And it would type it in. But see, if you put in everybody, I don't know nothing about her, but Taylor,
Swift.
is that how you spell her name?
Yep.
On a white. Now, see, here, it's just going to put a generic person on it. Well,
You just got the horse without
yeah.
the rider.
Okay, I could say a rider on a white horse, and then I guess it would do that, right? So again, you just can't put real people. Let's see what that does.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't. I don't like this. This is not looking good here. Photo. Oh, yeah. Let's do photo. Popular generate. Because that look kind of cartoonish. See what that does. That's a little bit better, I think. Right? Yeah, that looked like a real
That looks very realistic.
Okay, that looks real. Okay, give me something looking real, for crying out loud. Okay.
I have noticed that the heads don't always fit on the bodies that well.
Well, that's because all this computer generated,
Right.
it's literally creating these images on these are not real people, by the way. This is literally just kind of creating stuff, what they call programmatically, if you can understand that term. Which is not for this one is not bad at all. That was a good picture. So let's get out of there.
And I assume that all of these images are legal to use for commercial
you can
purposes.
use them. You can. So let's look at the second of four things we're going to be covering tonight, and that is this, what you can do, by the way, in Adobe Photoshop. And then I think you got some stuff in Illustrator that you can do as well. And this is basically you describe what you want in an existing emphasis there, in an existing image. And you can see, and I say not even describe. Well, you do have to describe, but you basically got to select first. That's what I wanted to say. Because you guys know my golden rule, my Chopinism. Only what's selected. Anybody?
Is it affected?
Gets affected by what you do next. Okay, only what's selected gets affected by what you do next. So we'll show you how to do this. So let's do this one. I love this one. I was doing some things with it earlier. So we got this scene right here. And let's say I want to put in a UFO right here.
So this is a photo that you imported?
Yeah, you can import this or you can find it, from one of the, stock footage.
Right.
You bring in your photo and all you got to do is, how many of you would laugh if you think you can do that?
Are you mapping where you want it to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you create a shape like a heart shape instead of a blob, will the image show up in a heart shape?
Let's hold your horses on that.
Okay.
We'll experiment with that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna type in UFO, unidentified flying object. Okay, and generate that and see what happens. And I'm gonna explain some things that you can do with a single image, iterative, if you will. Okay, so that's one image. You got that one. You got that one, right? That looked like so that's UFO. Now the thing is, once you create that image or that object in that image, you can create other objects as well. So you're not limited just once you create that, it's fixed, right? I can go over here and look, I'm gonna go behind. Notice I'm on that mountain right there. I'm gonna see if it's gonna put that UFO maybe in front of the mountain or behind the mountain. That would be a good question, right? So let me do UFO this time. This is an iterative process. So I can generate as many objects as I want to just by scribbling. I mean, I can get a little 3-year-old kid, for crying out loud, to do this. Ready for it? Come on. Okay, so that one kind of went in the front of it. Okay. It kind of changed the mountain scenes a little bit, but that's okay. That's not bad. Okay, now what if I want to put a balloon right here? So if I did this, let me show you the difference. If I did this and did balloon, hot air balloon, right? Hot air balloon. And I would do singular, right? Because I want to show you the difference. So if I did a singular, did I spell balloon? They got 2 L's in it, all right? Okay. And do a generate. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it did a hot air balloon. Now let me do another one, but this time I'm gonna put an S on it, right? So I'm gonna see if it's more.
How did you get the blob to be behind the landscape?
Say that again?
How did you get the purple blob to appear as if it's behind the mountain?
No, it's actually in front of it.
Oh, it is. I see.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
It's still in front of it.
Just couldn't see.
Okay, so I'm doing a hot air balloons, plural. Okay, more than one. So let's hit generate and see if it's going to put 2 of them over here, and will it put it in perspective? Because we like things in perspective, right? I don't know why I got this. What is that? Oh, it's. Let's see what that does for me. Should give me 2 or more. Let's see what it does. Oh, it just gave me 1. Maybe I didn't make it big enough. Actually, that one gave me 2. Yeah.
If you want to grab one of those objects, can
You
you?
can't. No, you can't move it. Once you create it, you literally etch it the pixels in. Say that 10 times. Okay. So I can't just grab that balloon now and move it. This is not a separate object floating on top of that image, akin to layering in Photoshop, right? No, you literally creating that. You literally moving pixels and replacing it with new pixels. So you can't move it around.
Will Control Z undo?
Well, let's just see. Let's do Control or Z. No, yep. So yeah. Okay. So you can add things to the project, and let me do a what else? Let's do it. An F, because what I want to do F. What is F15? I think that's plain. Let's generate that. Let's see what that does.
What is F15?
That's a aircraft.
Oh, an aircraft.
Fighter.
I thought it was a keystroke,
Fighter.
and the keys don't go up to 15.
No. Okay, so there we go. We got that. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't think this is an F15 here. Again, this is not perfect, but you know, this is not bad. Now I'm gonna put a little laser. I want this thing to shoot this UFO out of the sky, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just draw like that. And I'm gonna do what? A laser beam, right? I think that's what I want to do. And let's see what that does. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. Now, I like that one right there. Okay. Again, kind of play with it. You may make the line smaller. It gives you a smaller beam of light, you know, all that fun stuff. Because you can adjust the brush side. Let me do Control Z. And what I'm gonna do is see the brush side, I'm gonna make it small, right? So now I'm gonna just do a little small beam like so. And then I'm gonna do laser beam again. And it should limit it because that was your question, Karen, earlier. Does the shape matters? And I think it does. Now, did that do anything? No, that didn't do anything, did it? I don't see anything. Maybe it need to be a little bit bigger. I need to bump that up some. Maybe that might be too big. And let's hit generate. Let the magic begin. Title of my new book. That's some serious that's some serious flame coming out there. I like that one. I like that one. Okay. Again, you play around with it, you know, again, I guess you could probably get a little bit more descriptive, you know, laser, thin beam or something like that. Now let's do something else. I'm gonna do Control Z a couple times because I want to see if I did this and then went up and went down to see if it's going to create a beam in that direction, you know, in those directions, right? So we're gonna do the same thing again. Laser beam. Maybe we'll make it plural, maybe. And let's see if it's going to hit, then bounce, and then go down. Let's see if it does that or not. Well, it didn't do anything, huh? So it didn't like that. Go figure.
You're defying the laws of gravity, and AI won't.
Right, yeah. Smarter than the average bear, huh? Okay. So anyway, just play around with it until it get something that you like. You could always go into Photoshop and clean this up now. Okay.
Well, you know,
So
one
you're not
thought I
limited
just
by.
had, I'm sorry, how do you make it, how could a graphic designer make these AI generated images look less AI generated?
I don't know if you can make it look less AI generated. This is for, you know, what I want to say. If you're not going to get photorealistic images,
Right. This is
right?
more graphic-y.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, this is for, web or games or,
Mhm.
social
Social
media
media.
content. Yeah. I mean, for me, social media, you don't need to be fancy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's almost for non-artists to be able to
Right.
play with
Exactly. I
that.
mean, I could get a kid to do this,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, as Sherry said, we'll have robots and 3-year-olds taking our jobs.
Yeah,
Teresa
Yeah.
said.
that's a scary day.
My
Okay,
art skills
so-
are only as good as my prompting skills.
Exactly. Okay, so that we did text to image, we did generative fill. Now let's do text to template. See what that is. So what this does basically, it creates a template based off your prompt. Okay, here you have a pumpkin spice latte. This is a outdoor clothing sale. Kind of again, just roll over this, kind of give you ideas of what to type in. So what I did was I said, now maybe I want to do a seafood uh restaurant. If I spell that right, menu. I mean, I may spell that wrong, right? I have a program called Grammarly that helps me out. That's one of my friends. Help me spell spell, right? So I got seafood restaurant menu. Watch what happens. Click on this and let's see what it does for me. Mixing art with science. How you like that? Generating images. Wait for it. Selecting colors and design assets. And voila.
Mm,
That's not bad. I actually love this one.
makes me hungry.
Okay. That's not bad, huh? Not bad at all.
I love how it put is that curve in the third one, is that curve type? It sort of looks like an award-winning thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. And I don't know if you can, again, once you create this, can you go in and edit the text? I guess you could, huh? I would think. Let's see. What is it doing now? What did I click on?
So when it says AI to template or from template, it finds a template in the library and then
Right.
customizes it to your prompts.
Yep. Almost there. That's what this does.
It's amazingly fast.
Well, if I had to do this myself, I'd be just on. I'd just be getting started. Well, that's the same thing, right? So if I click on one of these, let me see. What is this? Okay. Can I click on one of these and open it up? So now once you create it, then you can go in and change the text to your liking. How cool is that? I think. Yeah, so there you have it. So I could change this to Cornelia's Delight.
But
Okay.
it's not working. Okay.
Then you could so
It didn't
yeah. So
size
once
the
you create the
text fit.
template, you just go in and change the text. You get these little layering over here. We did this last month, remember? So just like what we did last month, then you go in and make whatever changes you want. Okay, that's cool. I'm sorry. I just got a little excited. Um, okay, so let's look at something else. So you guys get that? So again, just type in a prompt, what you want, a menu, a resume, brochure, what have you, and it's going to create a template for it, and then you can edit, keyword there. You can edit that template. Okay, so let's look at, let me go back to this menu here. So we did that one, where you can just add whatever you want. Notice put a little bow on top of the cat right there. Okay. Oh, by the way, notice when you're talking about images, you can make multiple selections and it's going to fill those selections. So you're not limited to one selection. So in this case, for example, wait for it to finish. And notice it had just text in it, but I need to make a selection. Again, remember, only what's selected gets affected, right? So why my computer is backing up. Why is it taking so long? Still kind of churning.
What's your prompt? It's too small to see.
What was that?
I'm trying to read the
Oh,
prompt.
3D colorful swirl, but it's not. Let me try it again. Well, it's not letting me do anything now.
Oh, while you're messing with that, Adobe, I mean, this thing I just started using this week that this other team I work with turned me on to, and I showed about 3 people, and it's like it's incredible. It's just in beta and it's web online, but it's called Voice Enhancer. I
Oh,
fix
yeah, I've heard of
audio
that.
for my clients all
Mhm.
the time. We did a users group, meeting on audio, but you take audio that's kind of bad or noisy and it just fixes it and
Cleans
enhances
it
it
up.
and makes it
Yeah.
sound, it's like incredible how well it works.
That-
Adobe Audio
I'm-
Enhancer.
I'm very interested in that.
It- it's incredible. I've been using it every day. I'm going to use it on the project I'm working on right now.
What is it called? Could you put that in the chat room?
Yeah, you know what? I'll get the link to it and I'll put
And I'm
that.
also wondering, John, could you do a presentation on it?
Oh, I sure could. I could do a whole nother, like, because that's a common thing. I mean, it's almost disheartening to me,
I don't know
but
why
about
it's not
half the
working.
projects I work on, there's a significant amount of time that goes into repairing and fixing and editing the audio. That's what I'm doing right now. I almost hate it, but
I'm in a study group that listens to tapes that were recorded 3 decades ago on audio tape. And the sound quality is really bad, so it's often hard to make out. So this would be super valuable.
oh yeah, no, it's great. And you can just like upload and then you can adjust the amount if it doesn't sound, great. It's shocking how good it works to me.
Well, let's start 2024 with some new sound, improved sound.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So what for some reason that other image wasn't working, so I got another image, and what I'm gonna do is I got these 2 little selections right here, and I'm gonna type in, I'm gonna just say bowl. I could say it's a ceramic bowl, but I'm gonna just be generic. Bowl of fruit, bowls of fruits, and let's see what that does for me. That ought to be easy one. One that's a little blurry, so let me click on this one. That's not too bad. So the point I wanted to make here is that you can make multiple selections and it'll fill those multiple selections based upon the shape of the selection. Okay, so keep that in mind. And it did a fairly good job here. Now that doesn't look like fruit right there. I don't know what that is, if it is fruit. Doesn't always get it
Cottage
right.
cheese.
Okay, so let's look at the last of 4 AI tools and the last one, probably my least favorite, I should say. But I guess you could get creative with this. And the way you do this is, again, hover over it to kind of find out, how to do it.
And when you hover over it, what words is it displaying?
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because you can't see it. It says pink glitter, right? This one says white padded down jacket. So whatever you describe in your prompt is going to fill the letters of that text.
Could you could you experiment with yoga poses?
Let's see.
Downward dog.
Let me see. Let me see. Do you describe the text effects you want to make?
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it comes up with a variety of yoga poses.
Poses?
Yeah, POSES.
Okay.
I
That
think
should
I
be
spelled
A,
that
right?
right.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what that does. Now, okay, did that do anything?
I can't even see what that is. Is that human
No.
forms in there?
Yeah, no, let me see if I can zoom in on this.
It's like letters. Wait, there's some faces on the K.
Yeah, this is like some poses here, but it's kind of, I don't know.
Maybe
Let's
just try yoga singular instead of poses. Maybe
Yeah.
that will give you a theme.
Because I have seen graphics that did that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if
Oh, like they would make letter A out of a downward dog.
right, right. I don't know if it does. I don't know
Seems
if it
to be
does
a
that.
fill. Yeah, it can't take a letter. It's like
Yeah.
Sanskrit, maybe.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are talking about positioning of an object. We're looking for the texture of an object.
Right.
So, for example, if I do
Fuzzy.
yeah, a furry, maybe I guess that would be a texture,
Or
right?
just fur.
Or just
FUR.
fur. Okay, let's just do fur. Okay, and we do generate, and it should be a fur type of texture be added to this word. Now you can change that word to whatever you want, right? There you go. You see that?
Ah, there we go. And then you
Now
could
we-
say leopard fur.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you get spots.
Leopard. No,
Okay, so
not leopard. Leopard. Leopard.
LEOPARD.
LEP.
Leopard.
Not a leopard,
LEO.
right? We wouldn't want that, huh?
No.
LEP.
LEOPARD.
Is that right?
No.
Yeah.
Leopard. Leopard.
Okay. Okay, let's see what that does. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Fancy.
Then you could go to giraffe and you'll get black and white stripes.
Yeah, zebra. Let's do zebra. ZB. Not a spell zebra.
Well, leopard was tricky.
I was doing that mnemonics, right? Leopard instead of leopard.
Yep. As expected.
So again, you're looking for a texture, if you will, that you want to apply to now you could just change this to whatever you want. And then it's going to apply. I don't know if it's going to reapply it. I guess you got to regenerate it. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's regenerating it with the new. How
But
cool
it
is
doesn't
that?
automatically put corn in there unless you tell it to have it be corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to, yeah. And now if I do gold drip, let's see what that does. Now, if you're doing like a scary movie, let's do blood dripping, I guess, right?
Mhm.
Let's see let's see what that does. Oh, what is it? Look, thing came up. I don't know what that was.
Can't load. Oh, blood
yeah,
must violate.
Can't load, it's too
Can't be-
far past Halloween or whatever.
Can't be putting blood in there, right?
Try maple syrup.
Oh man.
Then you can just go later in Photoshop and change the color to red.
I'm wondering if you were to be vague and just say Christmas, what kind of images it would put up there.
Well, we could try it. What is it? Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I would look at that and say, yes, that looks like delicious maple syrup.
Okay, what we say? Christmas?
Christmas, yeah. CHRISTMAS.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Spell Christmas. Let's see what that does. Oh, got the
Christmas colors.
isn't it?
We got
I
some
don't know
options.
what that's on the inside of there, but that's interesting. Anyway, again, you got to experiment with this. This is not one of my favorite AI features. I mean, for some of you folks out there, this might, I like the other ones. And then there's another one that does animation. In fact, I don't know.
We
I
have
don't know if
about
that was
another
the
10
one.
minutes. You want to wrap it up with animation?
Yeah, well, I hadn't done it. There's another website I think you got to go to, but I did see something in one of these that may have been the same. Let me see. Remember we said something about text animation or audio to animation or something? Well, it was animate from audio. I don't know what that is. Let's see what that does. Oh, ooh, look at that. So I'm gonna do a record.
Oh, I'll bet what it does is if you have a recording, it makes the
Hello,
character
AAUG
speak.
group. How are you doing? Look at the little cat for you cat lovers. Lip syncing. Oh, look at that.
Cool.
Then it kind of entertains you at the same time. How cool is that? little cat bowling the ball. That's too cool. I love to be entertained.
One thing I'm curious about is since you have the Premiere version, how different is the free and the Premiere version? Can you
That's a
know?
good question. I wouldn't know since I don't
Yeah,
have the
right,
free
right.
version.
I was
But
just gonna ask that same question, and it seems to me like it comes with Creative Cloud. Because I was just looking, I went to the page where we can access Express, and it's
Mhm.
saying you are a premium member.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe it is.
Well,
So
a
let
cloud,
me,
I
cloud
have a-
means that your
I have a
premium
free
free
version
is,
of it.
isn't free.
Okay, gotcha.
John,
So
you said you have a free version?
Yeah, because I just use one of my other, Google identities or whatever.
Mhm.
So I have both and the free is pretty capable. Now I don't really know, or I haven't messed with it enough or recently enough to remember, but there is a website I can even find that it shows you, the list of what the free doesn't
The
include.
features.
I'll
Mhm.
go get that right now.
now what I did was I clicked the open in editor button. That's how I got to this screen you see. And I'm gonna play this. Let's see what happens. Now, remember I did a little voiceover. It should see me talking. They kind of look like me a little bit, except I'm bald.
More
Goodness,
hair.
hair.
Well, it used to look like me. So let's play this and see what it does.
It makes.
Hello, AAUG group. How are you doing?
Got your gestures too.
Oh, oh man, I'm having too much fun.
Hmm.
So can I move this character?
It makes.
Hello, AAUG group. How are you doing? Ain't the best,
I'm
okay?
wondering if
Uh,
it's possible to have an image with two people, say a man and a woman kissing or close to each other and saying, I love you, or I hate you, or something like, can it import dialogue and assign?
I don't know. Again, this
That's
is
probably
literally the
pushing
first
it.
time clicking on this thing, right? So this is a character. Let's bring in I don't know. Let's bring in this person. I guess if I can. I don't know if you can do that. Oh, is this one
So
at
it
a time?
just substitutes
Just one at a
person.
time.
Maybe if you deselect and then you'll be able to bring in more than one person, I would think. Let me see. Nope.
We're just pushing the envelope.
Yeah, we are. I thought maybe you could bring in two characters and like you said,
Mhm.
have them walking or what have you. And then what is this? Human creatures, food, emoji, animals. Let's do animals for you animal lovers out there.
It looks like there's one subject, not two, whatever it is.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess you're limited to one character because you got to lip sync this, right? When you do the
Sure.
recording.
And if you dictated, it wouldn't know who was speaking.
Yeah. Now, what you could do, because I employ a technique that I'm fond of in the industry. John knows this one called "fake it till you can make it." Right. I do that all the time. So what I would do if I wanted two characters, I would create this image with this character right here, and then save it, and then create the other image and save it right next to it, right? I mean, I create another one and another character be over there, and I just consolidate the two in another program, and then have them talking or
Could you
whatever.
select one and hold shift and then drag it away and see if it would duplicate it?
Nope, that's
No,
not,
it
let me
doesn't
do
do
that,
that.
yeah. I think you're limited to one character at a time currently, and then you can change the background to different things. Look at that. And then what is the size? Okay, these are different aspect ratios for different media type. I do YouTubes, I do this all the time, right? Background, let's do that. Okay, and then again, I could do record. Oh, they could enhance speed. That's similar to what you was talking about right here. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. AAUG. Look at up there. Waiting in queue.
Okay, we're getting up towards ending time.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up.
Okay. This could have been one of our silliest meetings ever.
I think
Yeah.
so. It was fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work on getting John to, if he check his
So-
calendar and see if he can do audio next January.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm through. So if you guys just want to talk about whatever you need
Okay.
to about
Then
what's going to be,
I think I will stop the recording.
Okay.
And thank you all for coming.